Germany, a land of beauty and contrast. From world-class automobiles to the clink of beer steins at Oktoberfest, to lederhosen and centuries of culture, it's a country with a rich yet troubled past. Germany has seen it all. World War I, crushing austerity, the rise of a dictator with a dark vision, cities reduced to rubble, World War II's brutal end, and a divided nation torn by the Berlin Wall. Few places felt the weight of this history more than Dresden. Once destroyed, then forgotten behind the Iron Curtain, yet never broken. But like a phoenix from the ashes, Dresden rises. In real life, they've just earned promotion from the dry Bundesliga to the Zwei Bundesliga, a club on the rise and fueled by passion and resilience. But here's one thing. No East German team has ever won the Bundesliga, and that has to change. Join me as we take this proud club with a long-suffering city to the very top of German football, and maybe just even conquer Europe too. G'day everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Dynamo Dresden, the East German Bundesliga save. Now, let me go into a little explanation of this. If you haven't heard of this challenge before, this is the East German Challenge. And if you look through the history books of the Bundesliga, no East German side has ever won the Bundesliga, which is a little bit of a surprise to me. I didn't actually know that. Doing a little bit of digging, turns out to be true. Who knew? But this is why I've decided to take over Dresden. Dresden, being an East German city, but has a lot of history to it. They've suffered a lot through their history as well, going through the battering of World War II, going into the communist occupation after World War II, the down of the Berlin Wall, and then bringing them all back into the fold and uniting Germany as a country fully again. But Dresden itself, the history that it hasn't really progressed that far. If we look at the graph down here, the league history, since the turn of the century, they've been hovering around the lower divisions. They've been in the Zwei Bundesliga a couple of times. They got relegated back in 2013-14, and they got relegated again back in 21-22 and got in the dry Bundesliga. Sorry, I have to remember my counting. They've won that a couple of times through promotion, and actually in real life they've just done it again. So can we repeat the success of the real life team and get them promoted up another league? But obviously the main target is to get them into the Bundesliga and win that title. Now, a little caveat to this is obviously they are an East German side. There are a few other East German sides in and around us, but there's one main rival, and that is Leipzig. Leipzig I didn't want to do because, one, it felt like it would be too easy. I could probably do that within one season, getting to win the Bundesliga if I put my mind to it and really invested the money. I could probably do that. I could probably beat Bayern Munich within 1 or 2 seasons. That's not really a challenge. I want to build up a smaller team and build up a little bit more history, and that is exactly why I've picked Dynamo Dresden. They are a fantastic club. I love the colouring of them, the black and yellow with a little bit of red on the badge. I think the badge is cool. The kit designs are awesome as well. They have a really good following in real life, and they have an absolutely massive squad. I've not brought in any transfers, so I'm just going to go through a couple of the players that really do stand out. To me, Claudio Kamenecht is one I think is going to be an absolute baller for us. He can play across the right hand side of the back line and also through the centre of midfield. Great utility player, but I think the only thing that lets him down a little bit is that he doesn't like big matches. Okay, that could be a little bit of an issue. Here's one player I'm going to keep an eye on. There are a couple of others. Jonas Omishin. I'm not entirely sure whether I pronounced that right, but he has got the potential to be an absolute baller for us. He's still only 20. He's got a 5-star potential ability. He needs to work on his consistency, but he does have a very good high determination. He already has the technicals there for the dribbling, finishing, and first touch, so he could be a very good inside forward because he's got a little bit of pace. He's got good acceleration as well. I've got high hopes for this guy. I think he could serve us. And then finally, the one that really does stand out for me is Robin Meissner. 24-year-old, pressing forward, great attributes all the way through. Where you need all the double figures for a pressing forward in the lower leagues, he's got it. I think, well, he's already hit the ground running. He's got 3 goals in 4 games. Again, I've got high hopes for him this season. And let's have a little look at, hang on. We'll go to the finances. We'll have a look at the finances. At the moment, as it stands, we're about 11, nearly 12 million in the bank, rising up. I've got no transfer budget left, and I didn't expect to have any. Our wage budget is a little bit fudged, so we could end up losing money this season. There's no debts, no debts at all. So financially, we're okay. We're pretty solid. We're pretty solid, but we do need those quick promotions to start getting the money rolling in again, and that's going to be difficult. Our club vision is obviously to gain promotion to the second Bundesliga, or the Zwei Bundesliga, should I say. Maximum one-year contracts for players over 30 and 32, or two-year contract for player over 30. Yeah, that's by the by. By the time we get 5 years into this, they are expecting a top-half finisher in the second Bundesliga. I'm way more ambitious than that. I want us in the Bundesliga and challenging in the European spots by that point. So, I guess we'll see. If we have a look at the staff levels, I have stacked them out. I've got in as many staff as I possibly could, as decent a staff as I could for this level as well. But we have the best staffing levels in the league, so that is not too bad. I'm quite happy with that. So, if we're going to go roll onto the season, and let's go and find out how we actually do in our first season at trying. Fingers crossed, we will actually make it to the second Bundesliga. Well, the season didn't start off the way I expected it to. We actually lost our first game of the season 1-0 to SC Verl. But we did actually correct that very, very quickly with a nice 5-0 win over Arminia Bielefeld, and thanks to an absolute stonking hat-trick from Stefan Kuczka to send us on our way and kickstart our season. And that result really did actually kickstart our season, and we were smashing goals in left, right and centre. A lovely 4-0 win versus Ingolstadt helped, and a lovely 4-1 away win at Hansa Rostock meant we actually went into the Christmas break period top of the league and sitting very, very pretty. But inexplicably, after the Christmas period, our form, it came off the tracks a little bit. We had a 2-1 loss to SC Verl, again, who seemed to be our bogey side, a draw against Arminia Bielefeld, but a 5-3 loss to Unterhaching and a 1-0 loss to Ingolstadt put our league status in jeopardy. But in April, we came out on top with a lovely 2-0 win against Esbjerg, a 2-0 win versus Stuttgart, a 4-1 versus Aachen, and a blinding 4-2 win versus Essen. Meant we went into May needing just a couple of more points to secure the title, and that is exactly what we did. Meaning a 3-1 win again against Hansa Rostock meant that we finished top of the table and qualified for the second Bundesliga promotion, and that's where we will be for next season. Well, what can I say, guys? I am bloody chuffed at that one. Promotion on the first season of asking, albeit only by a point. Did kind of chuck it away a little bit in the latter half of the season. Looking at this, obviously, I forgot to allude to this, I think, but Borussia Dortmund, Hanover and Stuttgart can't get promoted. It's just their second team, so they offer competition, and that is all. But, looking at this, our last couple of games of the season, we almost fluffed it. If we go down here, we beat Hansa Rostock, as we have shown, but we drew against Osnabrück, and then we lost to Victoria Cologne, and we almost chucked it away, but it doesn't matter. We have gained promotion to the second Bundesliga at the first time of asking, which is a feat in itself. Even though we were favourites at the start of the season, we're still going to play the games in front of us, and we've done it quite well. If we have a look, actually, at the stats of the season, going back into the league table, let's have a little look at the player overview. 2 players in the top strikers, 15 goals from Kuczka, 20 from Meissner. Meissner's been excellent this season. 22 in 37. Really, really good pressing forward. Really good. He loves the big games. He's very, very consistent. Vice captain for the club. Hopefully, he'll be able to do the same for us next season when we go into the second Bundesliga, because he's classed as a Bundesliga 2 player, as a good one. 3.5 starts, so I don't see any reason why he can't produce the goods for next season as well. I think he's going to be one that's going to stick around. Pressures completed, possession lost. I'm not too happy about that. But progressive passes, Sasa Risch has had a really, really good season, along with Philip Heiss. Kuczka again. Team goals. This is the one I wanted to have a look at. Omission. Wow. His progression is incredible. Look at all those up arrows. He's done really, really well. Really, really well. I cannot fault that in the slightest. If we have a look at our squad overall and look at the goals, Meissner there, top with 22. Kutschke with 19 and 4. 11 and 7 from Omishin. 4 and 12 from Hauptmann. Hauptmann going under the radar a little bit. Physically not the best, but he does have good technicals and he does have good mentals. So he may be able to do something for us, but I do worry about that lack of strength, natural fitness and jump and reach and balance. Physically, I think he's going to struggle the further we go up. So he's one that may fall by the way. I don't know, possibly. And then obviously we had another competition on top of that as well. We had the Pokal, which unfortunately, after beating Schalke 5-0 in the second round, first round, should I say, sorry, we got to the third round against our East German rivals, and it was Leipzig, unfortunately. Speaking of Leipzig, let's have a look at the Bundesliga. They didn't get anywhere near the title this season, so the race is still on. Even though I'm not really counting it as a race with Leipzig, because they have the distinct advantage of being in the Bundesliga already and having a lot of money. I've got it in the back of my mind, I still want to try and beat them to the Bundesliga first. Whether the game will allow me to do that or not, I don't know. And there we have it, folks. That is the first episode done. We have taken Dynamo Dresden from the 3rd Bundesliga up to the 2nd Bundesliga, and that is where we are going to start for next season. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with the content. Also, let me know in the comments down below what you think of this new style of video formatting that I'm doing. I'm just experimenting with this one. Let me know what you think, whether you want me to go back to the old style or whether you like this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later. Ta-ra.